One guild in Ravnica is built on control and also oppression of the citizens of that city. They are interested in wealth, in power, and sustaining that power for as long as possible.
So the Orzhov Syndicate are a very strictly hierarchical organization that combines essentially all the trappings of a religious organization, a bank that lends money, as well as kind of an organized crime group. All of these things exist to basically, they believe that hierarchy and structure is what creates stability, and stability allows people to create wealth, and wealth is true power. So the Orzhov are very much ruled by the oligarchs at the top, and everybody who owes the oligarchs, and people who owe those people, and people who owe those people, and it's this whole network of debt, and they draw power from that debt. So they might, they might have a protection racket in a certain part of the city, and it might be the safest part of that neighborhood, but it comes at a cost, right? There might be an Orzhov shakedown to extract wealth or just collect on debts. It appeals to, I think it appeals to players who want to have this sense of superiority, who want to kind of be part of this kind of upper crust of Ravnican society. And it's an interesting thing because as you start in Orzhov, you're not part of this kind of oligarchy. You're on this lower tier. So the journey of an Orzhov player is to climb this ladder and eventually accumulate this kind of mini empire of people who owe you. The Orzhov deal a lot in clerical magic. So clerics of the order domain are also very much in line with the Orzhov, where an Azorius cleric of order might be about preserving order for its own sake. An Orzhov cleric of order is much more interested in exploiting that order. I'm going to want to set up this hierarchical structure that benefits me. At the same time, you actually may believe that as I get more power, I could actually do more good. So there is a certain sense of working in the Orzhov space to do good. So it's not just evil characters that are drawn to the Orzhov, but as an institution or as a guild, it is very it's very top heavy and where that power resides. And you can see where an Orzhov villain would naturally fall out of. Some of the races that are drawn to the Orzhov, it's primarily humans as the playable race, but it also draws vampires and some angels who are usually associated with the Boros and are just kind of who are tired of the selflessness of the Boros and really want to be revered as these divine beings. Some of them will actually make their way over to the Orzhov as well. Most of the other guilds see them as an exploitative force. Some of the unaffiliated people may actually turn to the Orzhov for protection or for religious guidance and things like that. It's interesting that one of the other things that the Orzhov deal with in terms of debt is, if you owe the Orzhov money, if you have a debt to the Orzhov, whether it's money or not or other services, that debt might not necessarily end when you die. So your spirit may have to continue paying that debt maybe for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So there are a lot of spirits that also kind of occupy the Orzhov cathedrals and banks and serve the guilds almost eternally. You might have necromancer wizards. You might have paladins with the oath of conquest. You might have fighters who essentially work as the enforcers on the streets for the Azorius, or knights. There are orders of knights that are called Knights of Obligation that go out and essentially collect debts. And so, there's a whole network of very, very well-defined roles in the Orzhov.
Thank you, Ari Levitch, for talking more about Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. That book is available right now on dndbeyond.com. I am Todd Kenrick, your host. Thank you so much for watching.